As police officers, we've sworn to serve and protect our citizens. To carry out this critical responsibility, we are given many different tools, extensive training, and the authority to act. This includes the authority and responsibility to use deadly physical force to protect human lives. It is critical that police officers and citizens understand the investigative process that occurs after a deadly force incident. It is equally important that this investigative process meet the highest possible standards. For these reasons, in 2007, the Oregon Legislature passed Senate Bill 111. Senate Bill 111 requires that each county develop a plan related to the use of deadly force. The purpose of this plan is to promote a common, respectful understanding of the impacts of law enforcement use of deadly force, to provide a framework for a consistent response to these incidents that treats all people affected by the event fairly, and to promote public confidence in law enforcement and the criminal justice system. Within each county, the committee that develops this plan is co-chaired by the district attorney and sheriff and includes a non-management police officer, a police chief from an agency within the county, a representative from the public, and one from the Oregon State Police. The Multnomah County Deadly Force Plan has been approved by Oregon's Attorney General and includes the following 6 elements required by Senate Bill 111. An element dealing with education, outreach, and training for police officers, state and local government attorneys, and community members regarding the use of deadly force. An element dealing with the aftermath of a deadly force incident. An element dealing with the investigation of officer-involved deadly force incidents. An element dealing with the exercise of district attorney discretion to resolve issues of potential criminal responsibility resulting from a police officer's use of deadly physical force. An element on the requirement to collect and report information to the Oregon Department of Justice on certain deadly force incidents, and an element dealing with the financial impact of Senate Bill 111 on all affected law enforcement agencies. Most of the elements of Senate Bill 111 that affect you are contained in ORS 181.789. Here are some of the other requirements of this ORS. All agencies must have a deadly force policy that, at a minimum, provides officers with guidelines for the use of deadly physical force. An agency that employs an involved officer must pay for that officer to attend 2 sessions with a mental health professional. These must be held within 6 months after the incident. The officer shall attend at least one of these mental health sessions. An agency that employs an involved officer may not, for at least 72 hours following the incident, return him or her to duties that might place that officer in a deadly force situation again. When investigating an officer's use of deadly physical force, that officer's agency must include at least one police officer from an outside agency in the investigation. This is already the policy in Multnomah County through the East Multnomah County Major Crimes Team Interagency Investigative Protocol and other agreements. In fact, many of the policies and procedures required by Senate Bill 111 have been in place in Multnomah County for some time. One other role the Deadly Force Planning Authority serves is to regularly review and update the plan based on current legal standards, policy changes, and lessons learned from deadly force incidents. It is imperative that we in law enforcement engage in the same process to improve our policies and our response to these serious events. To not do so would be a disservice to you as officers and to the communities we serve. It is critical that we as officers understand and can explain what to expect in the aftermath of an officer-involved use of deadly force. This knowledge is important for our sense of safety and well-being. It is also critical for our community's sense of safety and well-being. The stress and sense of loss associated with a deadly force incident touches many more lives than just those who are directly involved. Let's take a moment to look at the aftermath of an officer-involved shooting. We'll hear from people who have experienced these incidents, both from the community and the police perspective. Our understanding and awareness of these different perspectives is the first step in maintaining communication and trust during a very stressful time.
An officer-involved shooting. A police officer has taken the most serious of actions to prevent a person from causing harm to others in our city. From the moment deadly force is used, there is a ripple effect in our communities. Every person connected to that event will be changed in some way by this crisis. Certainly the family, friends, and acquaintances of the person involved are affected.